Hello, hello, and welcome. It's me, Suzie Bowers. This is Everything Hypnosis. Ignite your hypnotic awesomeness. And welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. It is 11 a.m. activation time. And we are here to talk about the power of your own mind to accomplish your goals and dreams and how to get unstuck when you're not moving forward to what you know you really want to do. So good morning. Good morning. I am Suzie Bowers, your hostess today. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist and soul discovery coach, in addition to a business strategist. And I have some really exciting news to share with you. Really pumped up about a new opportunity that I am working with that's going to really be beneficial not only to me, but to the people I'm working with. So a lot of new things to learn. So exciting. All right. So welcome to Everything Hypnosis Show. We are streaming live on the Book of Faces, YouTube, and this will also be part of the Everything Hypnosis podcast. So welcome. So this about a week ago, I uploaded or I wrote up a blog post about how to get unstuck using hypnosis, using your mind. And just to be clear, I want to make sure that when I say hypnosis, everything, the name of the show, Everything Hypnosis, and ignite your hypnotic awesomeness. And that's the reason for that is because everything is hypnosis. It's the idea that hypnosis is something that somebody does to you, or that someone can manipulate you or make you do something you don't want to do is really not the accurate description of hypnosis. With a skilled hypnotherapist, of course, and a coach that knows how to help you take the steps to overcome those limiting beliefs or overcome a past trauma or drama. Sure, just like we go to a psychologist or we go to a doctor when we need help getting over an infection or something, a skilled and experienced trained hypnotherapist can help you overcome the infection of the mind, so to speak. And we all have it. It's something we're all doing, because in my mind, through these years of writing 10 Keys, living a soul life, and working with hundreds, if not thousands, of clients since 1995, what I learned and discovered is that everything is consciousness, everything is energy. And when you can become consciously aware of your unconsciousness, you can stop being a victim in your life. You can start taking back your power and living your life on your purpose and with joy. I mean, it's a choice. Being happy and joyful is a choice most of the time. Okay, now, of course, I mean, we all have sad events and things that happen and disappointments in life, but our overall theme can still be joy and happiness, and we can choose it. It doesn't always choose us. And thanks for joining me. Good to see you here. I appreciate you joining today. And if you have comments, you'll have to give BeLive, my studio, permission to comment. I can't see all the comments, just so let you know. It depends on where you're posting, because we're streaming live in several different areas. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Everything is about consciousness. Everything is hypnosis, because it's a matter of what frame of mind you're in at any given time. And your emotions come from your own thinking that's going on all day long. Thinking. Behind every thought is a picture or an imagining, which is the language of your subconscious mind, which then reacts and gives you more of whatever you're thinking about. Wow, that's kind of scary, isn't it? But when I first started to learn this, I thought, oh my God, my thinking is so negative. I didn't realize how negative it could be when I'm just letting it run amok. It's like in charge, right? The conscious mind is just taking over. Well, that's also the ego mind. And I've brought this up before in other shows. Wayne Dyer, one of my favorite mentors, I actually got to meet him live. He hugged me. Oh my God, it was such a great moment, because I think he was amazing. I watched his evolution of his career from the beginning all the way into this amazing spiritual guru, really. But he called the ego in his book, Power of Intention, which is one of my favorites. He called the ego standing for edging God out. And I think that's just such a great description, because when we're really connected with our source and with the spirit of all love and light in the universe, where we are all one, We are not in our ego. When we're in our ego, we're judgmental, we're negative, we say mean things to ourselves, we're very judgmental about other people and situations. We tend to be super judgmental of ourselves, saying not such positive things, right? So edging God out. So when the ego is out of balance, which is our conscious mind or our personality self, then we can really create some havoc in our life. This is the part of us that thrives on drama. And drama can be in many, many different forms and come to you in many ways, whether it's, relationship issues, friendship issues, business issues, like not doing the things you promise yourself you're going to do. But a lot of times it's really the conversation and the relationship we're having with ourselves. So that brings me to how to get unstuck in your life. So stay tuned and we'll be right back after this quick break.
Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance. Telling me to dance, taking a chance.
All right, welcome back. I'm Suzie Bowers. This is the Everything Hypnosis Show. Ignite your hypnotic awesomeness. So, like I just explained a moment ago, what that means is take control of your own hypnosis, because you're in hypnosis all the time. We are living in our own realities. We are creating our own realities and our own experience every single moment because of our own thinking and perceptions and beliefs that are hidden way deep in the subconscious level. So let's talk a little bit about how to get unstuck. Get yourself unstuck by using this power that you already have. It is innate within you. Unfortunately, we didn't get the manual when we were born, and whatever manuals there are that talk about this, like, for example, the Bible has a lot of great metaphors and information in there about the subconscious mind. But who can understand it, right? It's so complicated. And it's been translated so many times. Sometimes it's hard to pull those nuggets out. It really takes some study with somebody who really has dug into it. But there's lots of great books out now, and now we have quantum physics and all sorts of neuroscience to back up exactly what I'm sharing with you today. So let's talk about that. So your subconscious mind is a very powerful tool, and it is always there doing one thing, and that is protecting you from danger and keeping you healthy, safe, and alive. But that's also emotional. It's going to protect you from emotional pain whenever it can. So unlike the ego mind, which is in the conscious level, your personality, which is constantly talking to itself and saying negative things and judgmental, the subconscious judges nothing. So you can use your subconscious mind to help you reach your goals faster. So let's talk about this in terms of your business. So let's say you're in sales or marketing, or you're a coach, a hypnotherapist, or a holistic practitioner. Sometimes our own conscious mind gets in the way of us doing the activities, making the connections, and opening those conversations that are going to move us towards success. So how can we stop that conscious mind who's always self-centered? Just keep that in mind. This is a good point before I move on. Whenever you feel like, oh, I can't do this. Oh, what will they think of me? What if I'm not good enough? Those kinds of thoughts. Whenever you're having that train of thought, that is totally ego. That's the conscious level of your mind, because it's full of fear and creating drama and all this stuff. None of that's real. Remember the old acronym FEAR, F-E-A-R, false evidence appears real. Now, sure, not everybody's going to like you all the time, and not everyone's going to be receptive to your message. And that's okay. Let that be okay. Just recognize that the timing isn't right. Timing is everything, that's for sure. But nothing's going to happen if you do nothing. And I don't care how much time you spend in meditation oh, it's okay. I'm using the law of attraction. I'm meditating. I'm visualizing my success. Very important step, because that does activate a portion, the subconscious mind, and understanding and imagining what your intentions are, and it will cause things to happen. It will move you forward because it's trying to achieve that for you. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is quote unquote real and what you imagine. So whatever you're imagining for yourself, you are creating. You are creating it. So pay attention to your thoughts and what you're imagining. So now going back to, if you're just spending time all day getting up and imagining and visualizing and meditating on that, you're going to win the lottery, for example, or you're all of a sudden going to have 10 new clients paying you thousands of dollars, that's all good. But without the secret sauce, which is action and making connections and talking to people and getting yourself out there, it's just not that effective. It's just not going to happen. And what I have found, I'm going to share this with you because I was that person. I was scared to death to get out and talk to people. Back in my real estate career, oh my God, the minute I had to do cold calling or anything like that, I just stop in my tracks. But then I decided I'm going to power through this. I did use my mind. I did follow the advice of coaches and other people who had already done it. I did some visualization techniques. And then I just said, okay, now I've got to feel the fear and do it anyway, which is a really great book, by the way. So I did. I talked to my mentors. They helped me kind of push me through those barriers that I had placed in my own mind. Now, did everybody like me and want to work with me? No. And in fact, there were people close to me that didn't work with me, which was kind of ow. But that's how you learn and grow. It isn't about you. It's about they have their own agenda and things going on. Anyway, so what I learned was when you combined action with the law of attraction and visualizing and vision boards and all that, when you apply the action, the universe goes boom. Now, it doesn't always happen right away, but it will happen. When you're taking action, it creates energetic force and the universe will respond in kind. So what ended up happening, and I'm not kidding you, I went from 0 clients to exploding overnight. I had so much business, I couldn't even handle it all. And then also deals would fall in my lap that I didn't even have to write up a contract for. I would just get the commission. Crazy, weird things happen when I combined those two things, got my mindset right, visualized, imagined, paid attention to my, and really worked on minimizing the negative thinking and the judgmental thinking and focusing more on gratitude and happiness, and then taking action. It was crazy. I can't even describe to you how crazy it was. But unfortunately, one of the things I learned during that time was the value of systems. So if you are in business for yourself, or you are in sales, or you're in a position that you have to get out and talk to people in your business, or you have to even get people to cooperate. Maybe you're in corporate America and you have to get your team to cooperate and all get along. This all applies. It all applies. But what I learned was without the systems in place, I was completely overwhelmed. I didn't have an assistant ready to go. I didn't invest in that when I should have. I didn't have systems as far as marketing, an onboarding system that was really efficient. So all these things I learned back in my real estate career in my 20s that have helped me grow my hypnotherapy and coaching business in such an amazing and smooth and beautiful way where I don't have to effort that much anymore, which is great. And that's what I want to share with you. So how do you get yourself unstuck? Whether it's a relationship or it's a business thing, you've got to empower your subconscious mind in a different way. So you've been empowering it by your negative thinking. And so that's what you get more of, because all emotion follows thought. Remember that. Always remember that. If you're not feeling as good as you would like, it's because of what you're thinking about. So you got to change those thoughts and focus back on the thoughts that are bringing you joy and activating those seeds of joy in you. You have all of it. It's all in there. You've had experiences that were challenging. You've had experiences that were sad. You've had experiences of triumph and accomplishment. You've had experiences where you fell in love and the world just seemed like, oh, amazing. You've had so many experiences of success because everything we've ever done started with our failure. Everything we've ever done. So the moment you learn to walk, you failed a lot. When you learn to brush your teeth, you failed a lot. It wasn't like you just picked up a toothbrush and you're just doing like you do now. No, I'll tell you what, you want to learn what I'm talking about? Use your other hand. If you're right-handed, use your left hand and go brush your teeth right now. You'll be like, oh yeah, I remember this from when I was 4. It's a disaster. You get toothbrush up your nose. Anyway, that's what I'm talking about. So everything we've ever done, we failed at first before we succeeded. So right now, and Tony Robbins talks about this, there's no such thing as failure. It may seem like it, like your relationship crashed and burned, you're on your 3rd divorce, you're got fired from your job. Just if you have the attitude of gratitude all the time, that every single thing you're experiencing is part of your growth and learning as a spiritual being having this human experience, then you accept it with love and light and gratitude, and you go, okay, what's next? Show me the light. Show me the path of the most light for me right now. And sometimes even that path just means to sit still and do nothing. I know it's a lot to absorb. So thank you for joining me. And let's see here. I'm going to take a look at these notes I have. This is from my blog post I did about a week ago. So be open, be willing. That's one of the things I like to share. Be coachable. Start by exploring different strategies. And if something comes up for you like, oh, that's not going to work, stop, take a breath and say, is that belief really true for me now? Maybe it was true when I was 6. Maybe it's from my parents. Maybe it's from something else. But is that belief that isn't going to work really true? So really check in with yourself, explore different strategies to harness the power of your own mind and your own thinking. And also, I'm a big believer in learning. And obviously you are too, or you wouldn't be joining me here right now. So that's great. But there's so many great evolutionary leaders right now of our time. I just, about a week ago, I was really cool. I signed up for the Matthew McConaughey, Tony Robbins, Dean Graciosi, and this really cool lady, and I can't think of her name right now, but she was really neat. And they did a little mini summit kind of thing. And it was so good about the power of our mind and our limiting beliefs and the things that we tell each other and the habits that we get into that really disempower us and do not keep us impeccable with our word. And I've shared this before, I'm a huge student of the 4 agreements. And that's the first agreement, is being impeccable with your word. But that means being impeccable with your word with yourself. And one of the things Matthew McConaughey brought up was like little white lies. When we tell little white lies, we're not really being impeccable with our word when we do that. And little white lies add up to bigger lies because we can't keep track of what we're lying about. But the truth is we're really just lying to ourselves. So start today by exploring different strategies, talking to those and learning from those who've been successful and setting achievable goals for yourself. Get really clear on what you truly desire. Your journey starts today. It's every moment of every day. And be grateful. If you woke up today and you get to take a breath of air and you get to get outside and go to work or whatever it is, even if it's a difficult work situation, give gratitude. Be grateful for every opportunity to learn and to grow, and you will get there. So now the next step is take the time to become aware of your thoughts and feelings. So I'd mentioned before, how do you do this? Because it is challenging. There's no way you can monitor 60 or 70,000 thoughts all day long. So how do you know when you need to? Because of how you feel. So think about a time when you've been really, really happy, when you accomplished something you set out to do, or perhaps it was a celebration, sometime where you just felt so happy. Nothing in the world could possibly diminish your good feelings in that moment. And perhaps it's something you accomplished, like maybe when you graduated high school, or you excelled in a sport and won the game. Or maybe it was the first speech you ever did and everybody was like, woohoo, that's awesome. Or perhaps just something with yourself that you accomplished, like losing that 10 pounds and getting in shape. Whatever it is, just get into that feeling, get into the feeling of success and joy so that you know what that feels like. Now choose it. Say, that's the feeling I want to have all the time, or at least some derivative of it, right? Some level of that. Okay, good. Then you have that. Now you're going to start becoming really good at getting aware of when you aren't feeling like that. So when you're feeling sad, defeated, depressed, guilty, anxious, any of those things, then you know that your thoughts are not in alignment with what your goal is, your achievable goal. This is very doable, by the way. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you've been struggling with depression your entire life or you have horrible anxiety. This is where it's at. This is where it's at right here. We now know from studies in neuroscience that our thoughts literally affect our bodies and our brain chemicals. So if you think it's an out of balance brain chemical thing, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's something you can control by your own thinking and exercise. I believe, big believer in exercise. All right. So take the time today to become aware of your thoughts and feelings. Pay attention to any negative self-talk that might be holding you back from achieving success and slowly replace that with positive affirmations. Okay, so positive affirmations, let's talk about those. Now, in the back of my book, 10 Keys to Living a Soul Life, there are affirmations just to kind of help you get started. So, for example, if you say, you're feeling fearful and you catch yourself having thoughts of, oh my God, it's scary out here. What if there's a shooting? Don't watch the news. I'm going to tell you right now, step one, turn the news off. Do not put that on first thing in the morning or last thing at night before you go to sleep. So turn that stuff off. But let's say you're having a scary feeling, like, what if something happens, or, you're driving on the freeway and there's a lot of trucks and it's a little scary. Forget that. Say, cancel, clear, delete, take a deep breath and tell yourself, I am safe. I trust in the process of life. Life is for me. This is a great way to use affirmations. So now you're reprogramming your habitual negative thinking into something else. And remember, the subconscious mind does not know the difference. For some of you, sometimes this happens really quickly. Like, you can make this change really fast by using affirmations in this way. For others of us, it may take a little time. It's like, building that muscle. You've got to work it out. You got to work that muscle out every single day to reprogram the years, probably even decades, perhaps, of negative thinking that seems to be the natural go-to for the ego. All right, so let's see here. Visualize yourself in the future. This is really powerful. Visualize yourself in the future already having achieved your goals. So one of the sessions that I do with my clients here at California Hypnosis Center is visualizing who you want to be, getting really clear on what you want to accomplish first, and then imagining it's 6 months in the future and you are that person. You have stepped into the role as that person. You're dressed as that person. You feel confident as that person. So imagining yourself as if you've already achieved your goal. And then remembering that and bringing all that good energy of confidence right back into the present moment. Focus on how you want to feel, not just how you want to look or what you want to have, but the feeling of it. This will help create the motivation and energy that are necessary for true transformation. Then start breaking down your goal into manageable chunks. Create a step-by-step plan that outlines the actions you need to take, and then track your progress along the way and track your thinking and emotions as well. It's okay to feel how you feel. The first thing I don't want you to do, so we have many minds, just so you know. There are many minds of us going on. We're not just like this one person. I mean, I don't know if you notice this, but sometimes we have conversations going on in our head and I'm like, well, who am I talking to? Other parts of my personality. So just pay attention to that and pay attention to any of the negative self-talk any part of your personality that's trying to hold you back. And then slowly replace it with the positive affirmations that we talked about. All right. And then just break these goals down into step-by-step plan, actions you need to take to get to where you want to go, and keep checking in. So these are wonderful habits for you to create for yourself, wonderful new habits in thinking and being. And it's really not that hard once you get the hang of it. And if you need help, reach out, because that's what I do. I help people reset their mind, reset their emotions, tap into your own soul self. It's who you really are. You're just walking around as this human being right now, but you're really not this. You're a spiritual being. You're perfect. You're absolutely perfect. And you're here having a human experience. So embrace it. The good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. Embrace it, but also choose to take back control of your own mind and your own thoughts. All right, that is it for me today. I hope this was a lot. I know I'm talking really fast because there's always so much goodness and juiciness. I love to share about the power of our own mind to achieve success. But before I go, if you are a hypnotherapist, a coach, or a holistic practitioner, and you're really ready to make a difference, then I have some really exciting news. So bear with me here for a second, because my new book has come out. And here it is. It's available on Amazon. I'm going to stick up the domain name here so you can go get it. And Suzie Bauer's 6-Figure Success System, Passion, Purpose, Prosperity, is now available on Amazon, on Kindle, KDP. It's not published yet. So I'm giving you a little secret, a little juicy bonus if you go get the book right now. And this isn't going to last. We're almost out of the time frame for our pre-launch. It's only 99 cents to download on Kindle. And if you're a KDP member, then it's free. So it's sixfiguresuccessbook.com, and that will take you right to the correct Amazon page. And this is for coaches, hypnotherapists, and holistic practitioners who want to make a difference. This is for you. I have shared 30 plus years in business as an entrepreneur in this book, but added in not only the foundations and the systems from way back when I was in real estate that I learned about, and mentorship and coaching, because there's also some great resources in here for you that are free, that if you were working with me would cost lots and lots of money and be a big investment. But I'm giving them away for free in this book. I'm showing you the step-by-step how I created a successful business, not only in real estate, but in my hypnotherapy business and coaching business here at California Hypnosis Center. So go get it. I would just be so grateful if you wrote me a review. That would make me super happy. So one of the ladies in my office who read it, she read the whole thing from cover to cover, well, Kindle to Kindle, from top to bottom, or I should say side to side. I think it goes sideways. And she loved it. She said it was full of valuable information and nuggets that she could even apply in her life, and which was really, really great. So check it out. Go get it for 99 cents and write me a review. I think you'll find really good stuff in there also about technology, the technology I use for these live podcasts. Excuse me, my allergies. But also artificial intelligence I use to help with my writing and to communicate with people. There's so much goodness about forms and office procedures and the systems that you need to be successful, how to talk to your clients, how to build relationships. That goes way back. That's just foundational good sense, no matter what you're doing. If you're in business for yourself, if you work for someone else, getting out and networking in your community or online is the key to your success in life. It's just that simple. I have had opportunities fall in my lap just because I have developed these relationships and have taken the time to get out there and give value and help people. Just ask about them. So it takes you step by step through a wonderful process, including mindset and the law of attraction and how to build wealth from your business, which applies to anything you're doing. So I think you'll like it. I really do. And I'd appreciate your feedback if you write me a quick review. All right. So I'll leave this up here for a second. Sixfiguresuccessbook.com will take you straight to the Amazon page. And let's see. Oh, my exciting news. I have some really exciting news. So I have been working, in fact, that's who published my book, is Bestseller Publishing, which that's also in the book, is how to use a book to establish yourself as the authority in your business. So it doesn't matter what business you're in. If you want to be the authority, 10 Keys did that for me, got me opportunities for speaking engagements, but you can use your book as like your big business card and as a way to develop more relationships in your field. And so Bestseller Publishing is the company that I use this time. I had self-published this book, but Six Figure Success System, I am working with Bestseller Publishing, and they're amazing. But they branched off a couple of years ago into the Authority Speakers Agency. The Authority Speakers Agency is it's just so cool. So if you want to make millions of dollars speaking, doing speaking engagements, then it is a fabulous platform. They walk you step by step all the way through branding, finding your platform, and they actually guarantee to book you on stage as well. They invited me to join the team, so I'm going to be part of the team helping the speakers to get their systems in place, get their materials, their marketing materials, figure out their target audience, and so they can really make a big impact in the world. And I'm so excited. So going to be working with them as well, in addition to everything I'm doing here. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you next Wednesday. Last Wednesday, I had an event, so I couldn't make it here. So sorry about that. But I'll be here next Wednesday, and we'll keep on going with more mindset goodness. All right. Love you guys. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you soon. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I love to hear from you.
Guess